morning, everybody. So I just got outside and I don't see my large white farm dogs. Let's see if we can sneak up on them.
Of course, Abby dog. There's no sneaking up on you. How's it going, sweetie? Good morning. Good to see you, Abby dog. Good to see you, Mr. Toby dog. How are my large white farm dogs doing, huh? Good to see you, buddy. Abby, you need to sit. Sit. Did you have a good night? Oh, you don't say, ma'am. So yeah, in case you're new here, we've got Abby dog, got Toby dog. Abby dog's the younger one. She's a little over a year old. Toby dog's the older one. He's a little over 3 years old.
And these dogs are the security detail here at our farm.
Yes, I know. You're vicious and you're cuddly. It's a weird combination.
All right, guys, let's get the water pumping for the animals, huh? Nice and frosty one this morning. Starting to feel like an actual Vermont winter. According to our thermometers here at the farm, it is 3 degrees Fahrenheit. This moment right here, right now, as I'm recording this video for you guys, is the coldest it's gotten this winter so far. It's been an exceptionally mild winter, which is good in some ways and horrible in other ways. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it definitely makes my job easier, particularly as we talk about certain things like the comfort of being outside and taking care of my animals and managing the water for my animals. But it also has some kind of struggling with issues like lots of mud, and I worry about what this might mean for potential droughts later this year. And I've also noticed that certain animals like the coyote, they're out much more actively this time of year when compared to previous years.
Yeah, that's right, you guys. You've been seeing coyotes, hearing coyotes.
I've occasionally come out here in the middle of the night to hear them barking off the coyotes. As the farmer, it's actually a very satisfying sound. You know, the other night, I was actually at a meeting held by the Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department. They're in the process right now about talking about some new rules related to coyote hunting here in Vermont. And it was interesting because they got a bunch of like coyote hunters in the room, and they got like some folks who are like animal rights folks in a room, and like the fish and wildlife folks and the animal rights folks and the hunters were all like trying to talk about what can be done about the coyotes and what the rules should be like for hunting coyotes. And it was so interesting to me to like sit back and just listen to the conversation. To hear both the animal rights folks and the coyote hunters talk, they have this perception that farmers want to eliminate all the coyotes. And I found it ironic as I looked around the room, because in this room of like, I don't know, 20 or 30 people, I'm pretty sure I was the only farmer there. And I'm 100% sure that I was the only poultry farmer there.
And when it comes to our farm's relationship with coyotes, we actually see it as a potential opportunity for beneficial mutualism. Yes, Toby, do you want to define beneficial mutualism for everybody?
Beneficial mutualism describes the ecological interaction between two or more species, where each species has a net benefit.
What in the diggity?
My hose doesn't seem to be working.
That's really not a good sign. I don't know what happened here. I don't know if it's a problem with the hose or the hydrant.
But as I'm looking at my hose, it looks like there's no water going into the hose.
I'm gonna look at my hydrant. Disconnect this piece here.
Well, that's a really bad sign. The hydrant is wide open and no water's coming out.
That means that I have some frost somewhere in my frost-free hydrant. I don't quite know how that could have happened. The only theory I can have is that it was so warm yesterday, and then the temperature dropped so quickly overnight. Maybe some ice formed inside the hydrant and it's now preventing it from keeping it up. I hope as the day warms up, I can maybe get this thing going again. Of course, that means if I'm gonna get water to my animals, I'm gonna have to come up with a plan B. Well, luckily for me, the hydrant in the barn is working, and so I think what I'm gonna do is actually run my hose line from the barn out to the various places I need to get water today. This was not the adventure I was planning on for today. I'm really glad I got this hose though, and like this reel set up.
It's super flexible.
It's easy enough to leave it set up when I want to, but it's also, if I need to move it in the case of an emergency like this, it's also pretty easy to move. So between probably $30 for the hose and, I don't know, I think it was like $25 or $30 for the reel. It was definitely worth it this winter. All right, let's connect this guy just like this. Flip the switch.
Yeah, it has a little bit of a leak to it because it's an old hydrant.
Less than ideal. I think one of the themes for my major infrastructure projects for 2023 is gonna be working on water. You know, we're gonna be adding a new spring line out to the pasture. We're gonna need to fix some things around the barn inside there. I'm also gonna need to put in water into the new barn. There's just gonna be a lot of things to do. All right, now
Unfortunately, this hose is not gonna reach over to where the bird water is.
we're gonna have to do the bucket brigade system. Okay, I finally successfully gotten water for the animals out.
Now, Toby Dog, we're ready to do your favorite part of the morning, which is to greet your birds. Good morning, birdie birds. How's everybody doing this morning, huh? Good to see ya. Yeah, Toby likes to come in here and check on his flock and see how things are going. Abby Dog likes to come in here as well. You know, the relationship my dogs have with their poultry
is kind of different than the relationship like a livestock guardian dog that protects sheep has with its flock. You see, when a dog like our dogs is living with like a sheep or a goat, it starts to think that it's part of that species. It thinks it's sheep or goat. But because our birds are the main animal that our dogs are protecting, they don't see them exactly the same way.
Our dogs are very protective of our birds, and they don't like any sort of outside creatures coming in and messing with their birds.
But it's because they see these birds as part of their territory, and they're just simply protecting their territory from other outside creatures.
Which is why the coyotes stay away.
Release the Kraken!
Ooh, look, the dogs are sensing something near their territory. What is it, Abs? What is it, Toby? Huh? What is it? What is it? Look, you can even see Goofy Abby is in her serious guard dog mode right now. And Toby Dog definitely has his hackles up. You know, these woods, very regularly I can hear a coyote out there.
Which, back to the point I was making earlier in this video, you know, for me, I see coexisting with the coyotes as an important thing. You know, so often people see hunting coyotes as a way to patrol and protect your farm and manage the population around you. But I actually see that the hunting of coyotes only creates more coyotes and increases the likelihood of problems. You see, when a coyote pack loses members suddenly, typically what that means is they're gonna try to have more pups. They have a way of controlling their own population. And hunting coyotes has been scientifically proven to increase the breeding rates of those remaining coyotes. And so lethal measures of predator control when it comes to coyotes actually only makes your problem worse.
Which is why non-lethal predator control is critically important if we want to protect the lives of our little birds here.
I mean, heck, even Vermont's Fish and Wildlife Department, who's actively trying to make rules and revise legislation to protect the ability for hunters to hunt coyotes in Vermont, they'll be the first to tell you that hunting coyotes is not an effective measure for controlling coyote populations.
No, if you want to keep the coyotes away, you got to get a Toby Dog. That's all there is to it.
By the way, we still have a few plushy Toby Dogs left for sale, but once they get sold out, we're not going to be doing another print run this year. Also, I just wanted to let you know that tomorrow is the last day that you can order a Molly Mittens t-shirt. After that, we're going to be going to press and we will no longer make that special shirt and you'll miss out. So if you want a Molly Mittens shirt, you got to go ahead and order it right now. Like right now. Like if you're watching this video, you might have already missed your opportunity to get this awesome heavy metal Barn Cat t-shirt. Click the link down below.
So what is it, Abby Dog? There is something that has definitely gotten your attention out here.
I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's something.
You even see Toby Dog, he's sniffing and snuffing. Something's out there, he doesn't like it.
And as I've talked at length in previous videos, my dogs are not out there fighting coyotes. They are establishing this farm as their territory and they're keeping the coyotes away. Yes, who's the cuddliest apex predator out there? Yes, you are, my friend. You are. Yes, you are. Oof, you feel nice and warm.
It's really nice cozying up there with you, buddy. And it looks like we're catching Abby doing one measure of predator control. These dogs peeing and pooping in various places is part of how they keep the predators away. That leaves a scent, so even when they're not over here, say later this afternoon, coyote or bobcat's gonna get a whiff of that dog dookie from Abby
and really wonder if it's worth it to come near here. And then if they do come near here, suddenly the dogs are gonna spring into action.
and then they're gonna start barking like the hounds of hell, and that's how we keep those guys away. Oh, would you look at that? The ducks decided to come out for a minute. Apparently they didn't want me catching them on film eating food. You know, another animal that's actually been out here lately, I wonder if that's maybe what's going on, is because it got so warm for a couple of weeks,
the black bear came out, and so they were around, and we have a lot of black bear habitat here on our farm. So I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Although usually the black bear will go back to hibernation if it gets this cold. You know, a black bear doesn't sleep like people sometimes think it does, like constantly. Occasionally it will get up and go to the bathroom or maybe try to find a bite to eat, particularly when things thaw down. Something's got their attention. I don't know what it is. Seems to be down by the road.
So if I had to guess, it might be like my neighbor walking his dog.
But I don't know.
You know, I will admit, I've given up trying to know what they're barking at. I don't try to correct it and stop them. They should be allowed to bark whenever they want. That's like what their breed was designed to do.
And if they're doing their job effectively, they're barking. I sure do like to sit back and watch them work. It's very enjoyable. Come on, guys, let's go. We got more chores to do.
And I gotta figure out how I'm gonna thaw that water line. Because actually the next couple days, just looking at the forecast, are not gonna get any warmer. So I might have to resort to extreme measures.
Let's check on our silky chickens. I already let them out this morning, but gotta get them some fresh water too. Hello, weird chickens. How are you doing? So this simple blowtorch setup that I have
Is like arguably one of the most useful tools for your farm in winter.
I know, Abby, it's dangerous. You guys know it? We're gonna use this very lightly. See if we can help thaw out the pipe. Don't want to overcook it though, so there's a little bit of risk to it.
Well, that's not a good sign. That hydrant should have thawed by now, and it's clearly not thawing, so I'm not sure what's wrong.
Because usually what happens when I've had to do this in the past, you start to get like a little bit of dribble of water and then you just let it run. And eventually the flowing water will melt the frozen ice in there. That's not good at all.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to call a locksmith.
Call a locksmith! Call a locksmith!
Lady Abington, you're being such a good girl. I'm gonna let you come out and visit the cattle with me. Come on, sweetie. Good girl. Good girl.
Come on, let's say hi to your friends. Yeah, Abby likes the cattle a lot. Hey, Jimi Hendrix. How's it going, pal? All right, Abby, I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna go break up the ice trough. Good girl. Hey there, ladies. Got Annabelle and Anna Green Gables hanging out here. All right, come on, Abs. Let's go inside. Good girl. Good morning, Audrey. How are you? Good to see you. Just getting more comfortable with me. Amanda Hug and Kiss, who you see right over there, she's not more comfortable with me.
She's still as spooked as ever. And I know I gotta be patient. I mean, the calves are younger, and even my favorite girl, Ariel here, would never have let me do this if it wasn't for days and days and months of patience.
So I just gotta give Amanda a hug and kiss some patience too. Ooh, it's a hard one today.
Ugh, nothing like water in the face when you got these temps. Definitely beats a cup of coffee. Wow, would you look how thick that ice is? I broke up their trough around, I don't know, 5 o'clock last night, and easily got about an inch and a half of ice that formed overnight. I barely even drank this. Like I said, I think water is gonna be one of the biggest things I work on over the course of this year.
There we go, this is now nice and drinkable. Hey Audrey, you want a drink? I see you came right over here as soon as I was over here. You can take a drink. Go for it, girl.
As my friend Fritz would say, enjoy yourself.
So now they'll drink from this trough in the order of their herd dominance. Audrey goes first, Ariel will be second.
Either Anne of Green Gables or Annabelle will be third, and then fourth will be the other of those two, and then our girl Amanda Hug and Kiss will be last.
What do you think, Abs? Is it nice visiting your friends? So it looks like they have enough hay. I'll probably have to give them more hay tomorrow. Yeah, I'm giving them a fresh bale every 2 or 3 days. They seem like they're eating less hay now that they're producing no milk, which is a good thing. Abby and Amanda are getting used to each other. Amanda hasn't had any time with Abby really. Oh, a little bit, not much. All right, let's go. We're gonna go see the little guys. Come on. Toby, are you feeling left out? Do you want to come with us? Come on. Come on, Toby. All right, I'll switch dogs. All right, Abs, you wait here. Toby's gonna get to visit with the calves today. Yeah, you like that. Let's go, we're going to see your friends. Come on. See, he's got to mark his territory. See what the calves think of Toby. He actually has a very good way with them, and he knows how to approach them in a way where they don't feel threatened. It's actually pretty cool to see. You can see him doing it here right now. He's sort of circling and surveying the space and getting them interested in saying hello versus coming right up in their space. I could probably learn something or two from Toby. Hey girl, how's it going, Belinda Carlisle? Good to see you, sweetie. Oh, here we got James. Good to see you, Jimi Hendrix. How's it going, buddy? They can tell that I don't have any treats with me. They're a lot less excited. See, I want to be careful. I don't want them always to expect treats from me, and so today I decided to just come in here and spend time with them. I know, you guys. I'm a mysterious creature. Here comes my buddy Joey Ramone. Hi. And the always scared Bonnie McMurray. She's like, nope. He's a little less scared. So he goes right into Jimi Hendrix and Jimmy butts him away. Whereas this guy, I know I can always pet. And in case you're wondering who's got the softest fur, it's definitely Toby by a mile. Joey Ramone is pretty luxurious, but Toby is, I don't know how to explain it, but it's the softest living land cloud there is. Yeah. Jimi Hendrix is gonna have to go. You can see he's trying to touch noses with his mom. Audrey is the most dominant cow, and Jimi Hendrix is the most dominant calf, so it becomes an inherited trait at a certain point. Joey Ramone, he remains very calm. He's gonna be a very good steer around this farm. He's gonna be very pretty too. And yes, Belinda Carlisle, I think you're gonna be pretty too. It's America's favorite little barn cat, Ginny Barn Cat. Hi. Did you place your order for the Molly Murder Mittens t-shirt, Ginny? It's last call. So I'm glad that we had that kitten size available for you.
You just can't resist being my shoulder cat, can you? And in case anybody's wondering, like, if the other barn cats feel left out that Molly got her shirt, don't forget last year we made a I'm Not a Cat Person shirt, which featured Ginny as well as all the other barn cats clinging to me, I think in this same hat and coat combination.
Ginny never knows what to make of the cattle. She's so curious and she spends a lot of time hanging out here. They also kind of freak her out.
You know, one of my favorite things is watching how my various animals interact with each other. And one of the things that when I was sitting in this fish and wildlife meeting, I did not hear really brought up once is how the coyotes interact with other wildlife and their impact on the ecosystem. Like the whole conversation was reduced to simply hunting coyotes, yes or no, is it good or bad, or there's certain methods that are good or bad, and never once was there any information or data talking about the coyote role in the ecosystem and what they can do or what they can't do, and how hunting rules and hound hunting rules around coyotes would impact that ecosystem. I feel like we so often will reduce fish and wildlife discussions to like talking about that single animal without enough emphasis on the ecosystem as a whole. And I find that kind of frustrating. What you gonna do? If you guys want to hear me talk more about the coyote laws here in Vermont and the rules making process and what's going on, let me know. I'm not sure if that's something that you guys find interesting or boring. And also, last chance, last call to order a Molly Murder Mittens t-shirt. So place that order because once the orders are placed, we are not printing more. So take advantage of it now. And thanks for watching, everybody.